Hey, what's up everyone? Josef Newgarden here for RACER.com. Normally don't do these pieces, but today I thought I'd show you around my number 67 Chevy Indy car. It's obviously still a Dallara chassis, but the new talk for IndyCar in 2015 is the Aero kits. Obviously we have Honda and Chevrolet as our manufacturers representing in the series. I'm a Chevy guy this year in 2015, and this is their new kit. I think it's beautiful. I really think it's very innovative. Obviously everyone loved the Honda design. It was very radical looking, but to me the simplicity almost of the Chevy kit is what I love. And it's not simple, but it looks simple, and that's what people I don't think realized at first. You know, it's a much cleaner design, more packaged in a very clean manner. You know, you're not seeing as many winglets everywhere or cascading elements. Right here on the front, you see this is a very interesting cone-shaped end plate. It's very different from what Honda went with. I mean, this is a much more cone design with just a simple top flap. Whereas Honda's got a lot going on up here. Chevy's a lot cleaner, and to me, I think it looks a little bit more beautiful. You know, it's really what you want to look at as a car enthusiast, something that's really working hard to flow the air over the front wheel and then direct it onto the side pod properly and into the back of the car. I think Chevy's done a great job with that. And when you go back, you can see for IndyCar, they have tried to reduce some of the downforce gains that the manufacturers could make. I mean, it's unbelievable the amount of gains that they can do when they put these things into wind tunnels and they can design in such open boxes. Chevy and Honda were really given open rein, so they were able to produce massive numbers and not have that much drag to go with it. So what they did here was they opened up the floor so that some of those gains were restricted, but also it serves a purpose to help the underbody have less surface area. So if these cars were to get up, say the front was lifted in, you know, maybe a crash situation, that these things aren't going to be as prone to flying. And that's what they tried to do with reducing the overall surface area of the car. But it's a fantastic looking machine to me. You know, when you come all the way back, you're going to see a lot of intricate packaging at the rear end of the car. You can see there's just these little winglets everywhere. There's all sorts of curves. Very different from Honda. Honda's really smooth on the back here, and Chevy went with a more compact, very tight and technical design. I think trying to flow everything to the back and over the diffuser. So it's interesting to look at. You know, you got these big wheel ramps here. Everyone's trying to maximize the coverage of the wheels. You know, I think people were concerned that it's not as open wheel anymore, but to me, you know, this is still very much an open wheel car. You can still see the openings or open cockpit. Really, the manufacturers are just trying to get the most effect that they can on the Aero kits and cover the wheels up as best as possible, and they're really just trying to maximize the rule benefits. To me, I love this. You know, these cool little gills are so interesting to me. You can see these a lot in Formula One, but I always thought these were interesting. You know, they're like blinds putting on onto the rear end fence. They're called louvers, and really these just help with the performance of the rear wing. You know, if you're not as familiar with an Indy car, it's all about the airflow. You know, the way the air flows over the top side of the car and interacts with the bottom, the way this top element works. So they're trying to just maximize the way the air comes over this surface area and then exit out the back. And these sort of gill surfaces that you see here is just a component that they use to try and make the most of the downforce and the way the rear wing works. So really cool for Chevy to take that on. You know, one last little thing is you'll see on Indy cars all over the place, they have these little wickers, and they're just these little flips of carbon that make these type of flaps on the wing more efficient. You know, it's just a little piece that aids in producing downforce efficiently on the car, and you know, certainly interesting to race cars in general from an aerodynamic standpoint. So it's cool. I'm glad I got to walk you guys around the car. I think it's a beautiful race car. We've gone with a really cool livery for the 67 this year. You know, it's the Hartman oil car for CFH Racing. I'm going to be driving it all season alongside the 20 car with Luca Filippi and also Ed Carpenter. Hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you check out the whole IndyCar season. It's so exciting to get going here in St. Pete, and I hope you guys enjoy all the action.